guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. I'm joined by old friend Shane from Clash with Shane official YouTube channel. Shane, what's up, man? It's been a while. How you doing?
Yeah, dude, it's been a very, very long time since we've been on the channel, since they got rid of the monthly balance changes. But you know what? I'm happy to be here. Nonetheless, a very, very exciting topic for today's video, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. I mean, how have things been with you before we jump into it? We're going to talk about the new games, and it's weird. We kind of had this conversation off air, and I was like, dude, want to just record this as a podcast, as a broken podcast series, because I think my viewers would find it interesting, at least, and hopefully some of you do. Feel free to give feedback if you don't as well. But before any of that, like, how are things going, man? How are you enjoying the game Clash Royale?
Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this. The recent update, obviously, it's been good, and there's some things that we're missing from it. But overall, I think it's healthy for the long-term success of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it. Obviously, we got new balance changes as well, which is kind of nice for the short term. You know, ask me again in 2 months how I'm feeling when it's still 2 more months of E-bar meta. But you know, currently right now, I'm enjoying Clash Royale and having a lot of fun with it right now.
Yeah, man, E-Barbs did receive an emergency nerf. We were actually going to talk about balance changes and should they emergency nerf Elite Barbarians, and then they did. So they sniped our video idea. How dare they, Supercell? But are you cool with the emergency nerf of the Elite Barbs?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're pretty broken. I think the telltale sign of a broken card is when it's used in any strategy in the entire game.
yes.
The win rate instantly goes up. So not surprised at all, but you know, we'll kind of see how the meta adapts now that they are emergency nerfed, and we'll actually see if it was even enough.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. Early indications are that it might not have been, but we will see. They're still everywhere, it seems like, being played. But anyway, man, we're here to talk about the new games. We had 3 new Clash games using the Clash IP, obviously. Clash Quest, Clash Mini, and Clash Heroes, all coming soon. It seems like Clash Quest is pretty much first out the gate. It seems like soft launch is not too far away. I believe the game is even accessible right now, which seems pretty cool. Clash Mini is that one that kind of has, it's a little Clash Royale in some ways. And then last but not least is Clash Heroes. Why don't we just kind of go through them one at a time, because I haven't had a chance to actually talk to you about how you feel about any of them. So let's start with Clash Quest, the game that's closest to being here. What do you think of the game? And what I really want to cover is, you know, your first impressions of the game. Do you plan on playing the game? And then do you plan on potentially covering the game on YouTube as well?
Well, so to answer the first question of do I plan on playing the game is currently available in soft launch in a few select countries, but I don't currently play it. I haven't gone through the process of, like, you know, the whole thing of, you know, downloading games from other countries.
Yeah.
So I don't currently play it right now.
It's not in Canada, huh? You guys get everything
it's not in Canada right now, which is normally it is Canada though.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on, Supercell? Come on.
Poor Canada.
This is why I was born here. But it looks like a fun game. I don't know if it's 100% for me. It looks kind of one of more of those, you know, kind of casual kind of puzzlers. From what I've heard from people that do play it, it is a lot of fun. I just worry that it's gonna be one of those games that you pick up, you play a lot for a week or two, and then you kind of realize, wow, this is super repetitive, and then you kind of get bored of it quickly. But I'm gonna keep my eye on it. In terms of covering it on the channel, I don't currently have many plans to cover it, just because it appears to be a PvE game. Unless they do introduce some sort of PvP element to it. And I feel like PvE games just aren't necessarily as fun to watch or even record on YouTube. So I'm kind of keeping my eye to see if there's ever going to be a PvP element towards it. But those are the current thoughts for Clash Quest.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on Clash Quest, man. The game seems like it could be a good game. Like, I played it like very, very a short period of time, like literally 5 minutes, but not enough to even understand the game completely and the dynamics and the dimensions, I guess, of the game. However, if it was PvP, even if I didn't like it, like, I know they're not calling it a puzzle game, but it looks like kind of puzzly to me. Like, it's you know, kind of like Candy Crush-esque. And I know they'd kill me if they watch me or heard me saying that. But it does look kind of that way to me, like at first glance. I'm sure there's more to it because they have the Supercell touch and whatnot. And I do believe that's a thing. I think it's, you know, they wouldn't put the Clash IP on something they didn't really stand behind. Yeah. However, with all that said, man, you hit the nail on the head. It is a PvE game, because if it was PvP, like, I would play with you right now, you know, and it might be fun. It might be fun to go against each other head to head. But unless there's some sort of a co-op or any way to play with your friends, I mean, that's what, to me, I'm surprised they had a PvE game, because to me, that's what makes the Clash games so special. Like the 2 ones that they have right now, right?
Yeah,
they're really, really good
like
PvP games.
Inherently, like, basically the core of Clash is you're clashing against another player, I guess. So, you know, we'll see.
or
Maybe
clan,
they will add a PvP mode. Maybe they will. Obviously, it's a very, very early soft launch, so they're kind of just testing core elements right now. But the potential is there for a PvP element, and maybe they won't even run into the same issues of Clash Royale, because Clash Royale, the main issue is that every game is a real-time battle, whereas a game like Clash of Clans, you're battling someone's base that they build, so they don't have to be online to battle them. And I think with the way that Clash Quest works is you're battling like a defense. So what if you had the ability to create your own defenses and you didn't have to battle, you know, real time?
Yeah.
But, you know, alas, you know, PvP mode would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. Did you see the Town Hall 14 has just been announced for Clash of Clans?
Dude, I did see that. Yeah,
Wow.
It's crazy. Town Hall 14.
What Town Hall are you? Do you play?
I'm Town Hall 10.
Okay.
I believe.
All right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I kind of go back every so often and play Clash of Clans for like a few months, and then kind of like burn out again, and then kind of take a break. But it's still a really, really fun game.
Clash of Clans is a good game, even for like casual players. But for me personally, I've never been able to play Clash of Clans casually. You know, like either I'm in it or I'm out of it. You know.
Yeah.
And I upgraded. I'm on Town Hall 13, but I'm kind of a rush Town Hall 13. I wasn't fully maxed Town Hall 12. I was close to though, so I might work on it to get Town Hall 14 because it does look pretty cool, but I guess that's neither here nor there. But it does tie into my final point in terms of like if I ever plan on playing these games. But let's move on to Clash Mini. We seem to agree with Clash Quest, and of course my viewers again chime in, let us know which 3 of these games you're most excited about. Clash Mini, how do you feel about this one?
This is the one that's kind of the most foreign to me because it's a different kind of, it's kind of like an auto battler type of game, it seems to be.
But isn't Clash Royale kind of an auto battler?
Yeah, Clash Royale is more like a tower defense strategy, like real-time tower defense game, I guess, in a sense.
Okay. But they're both real-time.
Yeah, both real-time. That's the thing. That's the nice thing with Clash Mini is it has that PvP element.
Yeah.
Which I think would be way more interesting for the content. So for YouTube videos, for live streams, and just for playing with your friends, having that ability for a real-time PvP battle sounds really, really cool. But I don't know a whole lot right now about Clash Mini. All I saw was just that quick clip of gameplay from the announcement video a few days ago or so. But I'm keeping my eye on it. In terms of plans for the channel, will I cover it? I think we'll see how it progresses. And we'll see if the interest is there from audience in that kind of style of a game.
Yeah, no, I agree with. I mean, the lack of information around the game is challenging to give like a really, you know, strong opinion on. Like, yeah, I'm a huge fan of it. It's tough because you don't know much. It seemed to be like they said even in the video, I think it was Nan, I believe, who was the game lead there, that they wanted to be a very accessible, kind of easy to understand strategy game. But it did have other like more strategy options with more depth to it as well.
Did they mention in the video that it was going to be like the quicker battles? I can't remember if they said that in the video or not. Where it's going to be like more fast paced than.
If I remember correctly, that game has 3 rounds per match. Do you remember seeing that?
I don't remember entirely.
Okay. So I think that one has 3 rounds per match. And the next one, Clash Heroes, I do remember, I'm not sure if this is the quote that you're referring to, but I do remember them saying that in Clash Heroes, whether you want to play for 5 minutes or 3 minutes or a half an hour, this game will have options for both. So that's cool as well. But for Clash Mini, though, that's my dark horse choice here, right? Because my gut is everybody's going to be like, Clash Heroes looks amazing, and Clash Quest, meh, and Clash Mini, I don't know. But Clash Mini could be really, really good. You know, if done well with the Clash IP, I feel like it could be everything in some ways, a lot of introduce some of the dynamics that we've been asking for and kind of missing for a while in Clash Royale.
All 3 of these games, they're so early in like development that it's so hard to like judge them right now. Yeah. Obviously, like, I'm super excited just to try all of them. Any Clash IP game, I'm going to try for sure. Yeah. And just see how it plays. But it's just hard right now to judge without having a chance to just even see a little bit more gameplay or in-depth knowledge about the game because it's so early, the footage that they released.
It is. It's super early, hard. I agree with you 100%. Very difficult to kind of make any I don't know, strong opinions on, but I do like just conceptually like how it's a tabletop game, you know, like a board game. I really like in their miniature characters that the other Clash universe characters are using like on that board game. I think it's really, really cool. So I'm excited for that one. And I think, again, I have a sneaky feeling that I will be covering that one on the YouTube channel. What about you? Like, if you like Clash Mini, will you cover it alongside Clash Royale or?
For sure. I don't think I'll ever leave Clash Royale in terms of YouTube, but I could definitely see myself covering, like, if Clash Mini is a game that people are enjoying, I could definitely see myself doing a video or two a week on Clash Mini. And I'm definitely looking forward to playing it, or at least trying it out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we see what like OJ did on YouTube, and he covered basically every game, right? Like the ones he covers right now is Clash Royale and yeah, in Clash in Brawl Stars. Yeah, but I'm trying to blank. What the heck was the last Rush Wars? But he covered Rush Wars, and he covered Heyday Pop as well.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So he's taken the point of view kind of like, I'll cover anything and see how my audience reacts to it. Alongside my normal content. And I think I kind of dropped the ball by not doing that, right? By at least not trying the content out and seeing what my audience thinks without making any firm decisions. So I am more inclined to do that in the future. And heck, man, both of our names, I was going to say mine, but I'm like, both of our names are Clash With, right? We got the Clash With demo.
Right? We have to. It's in our DNA, right?
We got to, man. It's Clash with Shane and Clash with Ash. So I feel like we could easily make a variety channel covering a multitude of Clash games. But let's go into Clash Heroes, and then I'll pitch you my idea for my channel in the future, like 2022. Right. But Clash Heroes, so that's kind of like the MOBA-esque game, dungeon crawler, RPG, whatever you want to call it. It looks pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, Clash Heroes is the one game that I'm like the most excited for. I'm not too sure exactly, like, is it MOBA, is it RPG, is it dungeon crawler? Because obviously they said that the footage they were showing in that video was very, very early. Like, that's probably the furthest away, I would assume, of all the 3 games that were teased. But that's the one that I'm most excited for, because I'm always like, I'm a huge RPG fan. That genre has always been the most interesting for me. And I think there's so much potential that we haven't seen done in the Clash universe with a game like that. And it's funny because I've had a conversation with like other YouTuber friends where we're like,
you have other YouTuber friends?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I've been cheating on you with other YouTuber friends.
No, there's another podcast without me.
But no, just casual conversations about, like, what kind of Clash game do I want to see? And I've always mentioned, like, a top-down view of like an RPG Clash game. It would work because they got wizards, archers, barbarians.
Right.
I think there's so much potential there. There's potential for PvP, potential for PvE, and progression and quests, and I don't know. Like, the sky's the limit with that game. And so that's the one I'm most excited for.
The controls remind me of MOBA, right? Yeah. Because it has like Brawl Stars-esque controls. Yeah. And the co-op looks like MOBA because you can do 3 versus 3, or you can do so that looks really, really cool to me. To put you on the spot a little bit, what was one of like your favorite RPG or fantasy style games growing up?
Oh man, I got so many. Diablo was one of my favorite RPG series of all time. World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy. I can go down the entire list of all these different RPG games.
What do you play in WoW?
Pardon me?
What was your favorite like class in WoW?
Go ahead.
I
made a hunter in WoW. Was my main class. Nice. And then I played a Death Knight afterwards, and I tried every class, but hunter was the one I stuck with the most.
Nice. Okay, so I'm kind of the same way. I didn't play WoW, but I played EverQuest like back in 99 to 2000.
Back in the good old days, dude.
Yeah, and I was just so hooked on that game. But I really got started way back before I'm sure any of my viewers were alive. Playing a Dragon Quest series for Nintendo, 8-bit. So like Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3, and 4, and like that's the original Final Fantasies. So, and then going on to all the games that you mentioned, or a lot of the games you mentioned as well. I've always loved RPGs, and this does have those dungeon RPG feel. There's spells, there's mana, there's boss battles. It looks so cool, dude. It looks so like, imagine doing like a collab on that game.
Dude, that'd be so much fun, dude. That'd be so much fun. There's so many questions though for Clash Heroes. Like, we don't know, like, is it going to be more instant based where it's like you go into a game and it's like a 10-minute like PvE mode, or is it going to be like you have your heroes, they level up, that you can put armor on them, they got skills to upgrade? Is it going to be like, I don't think we even saw a PvP mode that they showed on the gameplay. It was mostly just PvE. So there's so many questions, but that's why I'm most excited. Because of the possibilities.
Same. So I'm imagining that if the PvP is pretty good, pretty decent, then you'll at least dabble with it on your channel.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I want to try that game a lot. So I'll probably go hard on that game, especially on YouTube.
I think initially. A lot of people will, yeah.
And like you mentioned too, like the potential for collabs. Like imagine it's like PvE mode. We can go into a dungeon together and go fight a boss, and you clear the dungeon together and get loot. Like that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
so
dude. It'd be so much fun, man. It'd be great for streams too, you know? Like, so we could have so much fun, and we could have like, I guess Brawl Stars has this to an extent, but game modes that really facilitate reoccurring collaborations and series like that. Like that's what I'm dying for. So I would love to dabble in that game, or even, who knows, cover that game heavily when it comes out. It was my favorite of the three by far, just on the first look alone.
Yeah, for sure,
and
I agree.
My game plan, man, is not with Clash Quest, and no offense to Clash Quest, but again, PvE, like what am I going to do with PvE? How many videos can I make about PvE, you know? Maybe a lot, I don't know. But for me, my favorite part of YouTube, like, is bringing on guests. I mean, that's why I have you on. That's why we had the Broken podcast. That's why we have all my content pretty much is all guest based. It's been that way for a long time. Even in Clash of Clans back in 2014, 2015 is when I started bringing on guests here on the channel. So I could definitely do that in Clash Mini and in Clash Heroes. So my thought process is just kind of play Clash Heroes, Clash Mini, Clash Royale, and Clash of Clans, but make it all guest space, you know? Yeah. Bring on the best players, or, you know, fun content creators, or whoever, community members, developers, whatever, in each of those 4 Clash titles, and just kind of make my channel, you know, go back to it being Clash with Ash, you know, rather than Ash Clash Royale or whatever I'm called, CWA.
Yeah.
So what do you think, man? You like that idea or no?
I love it. I love it. And I think the good thing with that too is that I obviously I don't know, but I think there might be enough time between soft launches where it's like, you know, Clash Mini comes out and maybe there's enough time to tell whether it's going to be a success or not before Clash Heroes comes out.
Yeah.
So that way you're not covering like 4 games all at once. You know, maybe you're covering CR and then Clash Mini, and then maybe you're covering CR and Clash Heroes when it comes out, but not all 5 of them at once. Because I do think there's going to be a fair amount of time between each of these 3 title releases that we should have a good judge of whether they're going to stay and last, or if they're going to, you know, be destroyed like some of the other betas of Clash Royale recently.
Right? Yeah, they're rocking a 0-2 out of the last 2, so we'll see. Well, fingers crossed that we have the success that Brawl Stars saw. Do you play Brawl Stars? Is there any thoughts of you ever covering Brawl Stars on your channel, or not really at this point?
No, not really. Brawl Stars is a game that, like, you know, people always say, like, you know, you should have jumped onto Brawl Stars, but it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great game, but I just couldn't see myself covering it daily. I feel like the type of content that does well in Brawl Stars is not in line with kind of like my kind of content, I guess, where, like, you know, Clash Royale, it's a daily video, it's a different deck every day, whereas Brawl Stars is more like, I guess, more in-depth stuff, less frequently, like, you know, 2 or 3 times a week instead of just daily. But I don't know, maybe I'm just misjudging that.
No, I feel like Brawl Stars, to me at least, like, it also, this is going to be some inside baseball here for all of you, but like, I feel like the creators right now have reached a pinnacle level that we've never seen before, certainly in mobile gaming, but maybe in gaming on YouTube, of like having really, really well edited kind of like flagship pinnacle content. And that's quite the shift, because everybody knows that Shane and I, we suck at editing, you know? So it's quite the shift when the caliber of content is so high from people who have been playing the game for years and years and years. This game's been out for over 4 years, including beta. So, I mean, they know the community, they know the game. It's a little intimidating. I don't know about you, Shane, but for me, even though I know like a lot of the pros and stuff.
Look at the biggest Brawl Stars YouTubers. Their videos are so high quality.
Oh, so it's gonna be a Sparkinator. Okay.
And there's a reason why they get as many views as they get, is because you can tell just by watching the videos that they put everything into that video. Every video is the best quality.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's like Brawl Stars, I don't want to say it's at its peak right now, but it's doing very, very well. When you compare that in contrast to like when Clash Royale was at its peak, a lot of it, like, I'm not dissing anyone here, but a lot of the videos were just like, it was just kind of like you play and you just uploaded the raw gameplay. of whatever video it was that you were recording for Clash Royale.
Nick and Molt were pulling, and again, nothing against them. They did a tremendous job, but like in the early days of Clash Royale, they were pulling in like over 2 million views on just like, you know, who could throw the most goblin barrels in 10 seconds? Okay, guys, see you tomorrow on the next one, you know? And again,
and it was just like, and it was just a raw gameplay, but it was fun. Yeah. But now it's shifted. It's shifted in Brawl Stars where it's like super high quality. Yeah. Which is, like you said, a bit intimidating for like breaking into, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's great. And I feel like Clash of Clans is still going strong as well. And I feel a little bit more comfortable with Clash of Clans over Brawl Stars, even though it's not the hot, fresh new game. I feel like I know a lot more people. Well, I know a lot of people now in the Brawl Stars scene, but I know a lot of people in the Clash of Clans scene from back in the day when I was involved, and I know all the creators as well. So I feel like, you know, just keeping with the Clash IP and maybe throwing into Brawl Stars here and there might be fun. But that's kind of my future. I'll end it with this question. We talked about all three of the new games. It sounds like we're basically ranking them the same in order of excitement, you know, with Heroes, Mini, and Quest. You know, your channel's doing very well right now. You seem to have like a really good knack for what your viewers like to see and stuff like that. So do you have any other changes planned on your channel, or are you like, what is your strategy as a content creator right now in terms of, especially as it pertains to Clash Royale, right? Like, are you happy with the game? I mean, are you generally happy with the game? Do you consider, you said you don't have any plans on not covering it. What are you thinking?
I think in terms of the channel plans, I'm sticking with CR for the foreseeable long term. It's a lot of fun, and I enjoy like recording those daily videos of different decks. And that's the thing I love about Clash Royale is the possibility of different decks. And from what I've seen, just from what they've kind of said in terms of their plans for this year and the future, it sounds promising. Like, they obviously last year was a bit of a rust spot, but with this update making progression easier, with a lot of the changes they've marketed for a new game lead, a new community manager, and all these different things, it looks optimistic for the future. And so that kind of just instills some faith in me for the long-term success of Clash Royale, because even when you look at Clash of Clans, which is like 9 years old now, or however old it is, it's still doing well on YouTube. There's still YouTubers that can cover Clash of Clans that do well. And if you're enjoying the game, why not stick with it? Like, there's no 100%. Urgency to change games if you're still enjoying it. Like, I've never really been about chasing that whatever you want to call it, which is why I didn't jump onto Brawl Stars. If I was worried about, you know, chasing
like the hottest fad or whatever,
the hottest trend, I would have went to Brawl Stars a while ago. But I just enjoy Clash Royale, which is why I'm sticking with it.
So, guys, perfect time to go check out some daily Clash Royale content on Clash with Shane's YouTube channel. You can see I'm supporting code Shane and my creator boost in my shop. Wow. Shane, thanks so much for I just switched it right now on the video, so don't get too excited. But thanks so much for coming on the channel, Shane. Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Always love having these discussions.
Yeah, if you guys have any ideas on what we can discuss next time, maybe we can even bring in a special guest or two, please let me know in the comments below, along with ranking your favorite of the three new games, or you can just rank them 1, 2, and 3 in the comments below. Again, check out Shane's information. All of his stuff will be in the show notes below, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.